Hey guys, it's Aaron, and today I'm going to talk about the Maxboost mSnap Slim case for the Galaxy S8 Plus. Let's get to it. Hey guys, real quick before I get started, on this channel I do tech reviews on the tech that I own and love, and that I think you're going to find pretty cool too. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Also, check the description box below for the link to this case on Amazon in case you're interested. So the Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus have been out for a week now. I got my phone actually the day before it was officially released since I pre-ordered it, but with knowing that I was going to get it on launch or even the day before, I ordered a case or wanted to order a case prior to even getting the phone, so that as soon as I had the phone, I was already going to be protected. I typically go with a Spigen or some type of brand case like that because I've used them before in the past and they're great. But after doing research and looking at the ones that were available at the time of launch, for whatever reason here and there, I just wasn't quite pleased with them. Granted, there were almost no reviews, and the reviews that were out there were just basically people that had taken them out of the packaging, take a picture of them, put them on Amazon and went, hey, it looks cool. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it looks cool. So I went with the Maxboost because at the time it was $7.99. They've now bumped it up to $9.99, which even still $2 more, it's still worth it in the end. But I went and grabbed the Maxboost at the time because of the design and other reasons that I'll get into later in the video. So I went with the Maxboost slimline case that they offer because I'm not a huge fan of thick, bulky cases. I understand why people like OtterBoxes because they're protecting their investment and they want to make sure that they don't break anything. But for myself, prior to my Nexus 6, I'd never dropped a phone. I had a broke screen before, so I am just not a fan of those big bulky cases that take away from the design of the phone that they developed to be sleek and to be stylish and to be thin, but then you add this gigantic case on it and it just completely ruins the whole experience that they built around this phone. So that's why I go with the slimline cases, but I understand if you want to go with a thicker case, this just isn't going to fit that need. Because if you drop the S8 or the S8 Plus in one of these cases, chances are your screen is still going to just implode because there is not a lot of drop protection. The protection that this case offers is more towards scratches when you just slide it on the table or when you put it down. I'm already seeing some reviewers that have had the phone for a week now, just like myself, but they didn't have a case on the back of it and they've already got scratches in the back, and that's just from putting it in and out of their pocket. So that's what this case is designed to protect, not so much against giant drops or even drops from a coffee table onto the floor. I'm sure it would survive that, but that's not really the job of this case. One good thing about this case is that it is easily removed, and that may sound like an odd thing to say as a perk, but with the S8 and the S8 Plus, and even when they did it with the S7s, Galaxy VR or Samsung VR is a big deal and something that they're really trying to promote. And to be able to get your phone to snap into the headset viewer, you have to take your phone out of the case. So with the 4 notches that are in this case, you may feel that you may end up breaking that top half just if you push too hard. But the good news is that this case has a lifetime warranty on the case itself, not on your phone, or if you drop your phone, they're not going to say that that they will replace your phone. But they'll replace the case if it ever breaks. So that's a pretty helpful thing to have, especially if you are going to be taking the case off often enough because you're going to be using the Galaxy VR headset, which I hopefully plan on doing because I've got one free because I pre-ordered the phone. So looking forward to that. So even though this case doesn't really prevent a lot of drop protection, like I mentioned before, it's really for more preventing scratches and everyday type of use. So this case on the top and the bottom has enough of a lip that it actually keeps the phone raised off of the surface of a coffee table or whatever really you're putting it down on to protect the screen from being scratched just from everyday usage. Now, if you still drop it and slide it across some rocks, it's still going to probably end up scratching that screen. Hopefully the glass is resilient enough that it doesn't, but you can never quite guarantee that. So another one of the perks on this case as well is the fingerprint sensor. Now, the case doesn't obviously have one, but it does help with the fingerprint sensor on the S8 and the S8 Plus, and I'm really more speaking towards the S8 Plus. The fingerprint sensor on this phone is on the back of it. I'm sure if you're looking at this case, you've heard that all over the place, that it's a very weird place to put the fingerprint sensor. My opinion, after a week of using it, I have absolutely no issues with the fingerprint sensor being where it is. In this case, only helps me be able to reach that sensor without having to kind of smudge it and find my camera instead of the fingerprint sensor. And the reason being is that this gives you, the cutout that it has around the back of the camera and the fingerprint sensor helps guide your finger to know that it's in the right spot. And as long as you always put your finger, if you're holding it with your right hand, furthest to the left on the back of the phone, you're not going to have an issue. You're always going to hit that fingerprint sensor as long as you're inside of that box. So that's helpful as well. Another thing with this case that I really like is the fact that the buttons are still very easy to get to. This case doesn't have any kind of button cover so that you're pushing a piece of TPU plastic that then touches the button. You're still able to get to the buttons, and they're just as clicky and tactile as they should be even if you didn't have the case on it. The case that I got is in a matte black, but they do have a couple of different colors that you want if you're willing to pay a little extra, like $5 more. They do have a turquoise and they also have a rose gold. I got the midnight black version of the S8 Plus. I prefer basically matte blacking everything, so getting a matte black case to me looks super clean. I've got the black Ninja Loop, which I've done before in a different video, so check that out. Card linked up over here or here. Either one. Alright guys, that does it for my review of the Maxboost mSnap case for the Galaxy S8 Plus. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If this video was helpful to you at all, please hit that like button. But until the next one, this is Aaron. Take care.